Good morning, besties. I have Bailey with me from Base Reads. I have her link down below, and we were chit-chatting, so sorry we're late. It was absolutely my fault. Bailey, what are you reading today?
So I couldn't decide, and I posted on my Instagram stories, and so we have ended up with Daughter of No Worlds. I read like the first part of the prologue thing last night, and I'm hooked. I'm so ready. I'm so hyped.
I'm so happy that you're reading that. You read the prologue. You haven't read anything else yet?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've had this on my TBR for literally forever, and I got the full hardback set for my birthday last July. So it's been a minute. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just finally ready because I think I was kind of saving because I liked Crimes and Iaxia so much. I didn't want to just like not have a Carissa Broadbent ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's time. It's time.
What day is your birthday in July?
The 7th.
I'm taking notes. That is one of my favorite series of all time. I read that first book on my Kindle one night. I was like, let me just like pick this up. It sounds good. And it gave me the same feeling as like reading ACOTAR for the first time. And I was like, what kind of drug is in this?
I'm so excited. I've only had 1 5-star this year, and it was a romance book. And I'm just like, we gotta step it up here. We gotta make some moves. So I'm ready. No pressure. But
I hope that it's a 5-star for you. I really am wishing that for you.
What are you reading?
I am still reading A Touch of Poison, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish it today. And I'm going to feel really accomplished because it's like a 700-page book.
Yes.
We're just goofing over here.
Goofing. Serious goofing. I like it.
Let us know in chat what you're reading. Also, I went to Dunkin' for the first time today in a very long time, and I was like, why am I sleeping on Dunkin' so much? It's so good.
We're like, ours are all kind of far away, so it's like we haven't been as much, but I feel like I need to go.
When I lived in California, there was like no Dunkin' ever. It was the Coffee and Tea Bean or something and Starbucks. So like I need to get back on my Dunkin' grind.
Well, welcome back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very BBL Jersey of me. Hi, Amy. Welcome back. Very proud to say I did finish my book yesterday before absolutely crashing. Oh my gosh, what an accomplishment. We'll start. Oh my gosh, I love One Dark Window.
Love.
Bailey, your hair looks so pretty. Sorry, I'm just
Thank you. I did use the curls, and then I just kind of been touching it up randomly throughout this week. But I feel like once I actually do my hair, it's a commit like full week. So I'm just kind of writing out the last couple days on it. So thank you for noticing.
Mm-hmm. It looks beautiful. I mean, it always looks beautiful, but it looks especially beautiful today.
Well, thank you.
Hello, Kara. Please let me know if I got that right, if I remembered it. I'm going to start a random sapphic fantasy I found on KU called Silverbirds. I love that. We love the chaotic random reads. They're the best. Hello, Kayla. Hello. Trying to finish Normal People before I move on to ACOWAR.
She pulls no punches. Ready.
Are you trying to are you in an emo place? Because those two books emotionally damaged me. Oh my gosh. Hello. And such a good reading mood lately. Love that. Started my 3rd book for the readathon. I need to check the book log form and see how many books people have already put in on day 2 because I'm just a nosy Nelly and I really
I'd be checking that all the time.
I'm so ready to read all the Romantasy. Had a busy day yesterday, so I wasn't able to read, but today is a reading day. Absolutely. Hello, welcome in. Finished my reading spread for this the other day and have almost all my books picked out. Love. Not really in a Romantasy mood at the moment, but I'm reading Thirst. It sounds like a vampire book.
Sold.
If I took a random stab in the dark.
That might be the choice.
I'm finishing Delicate Balance for the amazing readathon. So Romantasy isn't only romance. Sorry for my ignorance. Absolutely not. Romantasy is fantasy romance. It can lean more fantasy and a touch of romance, or it can lean much more romance with a hint of fantasy. But that is a subgenre that I am very obsessed with. And so we do the Romantasyathon every year since last year.
Love.
Prepping for my morning dose of caffeine. What is your go-to? Are you a coffee or a tea person? Just started A Promise of Peridot. Excited to be back in the world. Oh my gosh, I hope it's wonderful for you. Hello, carrying on with A Court of Wings and Ruin.
Of course.
Last time I went to Dunkin', you got some kind of non-dairy milk and it tasted like Windex. I haven't been back since. Oh my gosh.
I might also say no to that.
Maybe it was that Dunkin'. That's crazy. I've never had that.
Their milk. Whoops.
I mean, I grew up in Massachusetts, so like we have Dunkin' in our blood because there's like one on every corner of every street ever.
Nice. So maybe you're just biased.
Yeah, I am biased. Oh my gosh, Serpent and the Wings of Night. There's so many fire books in chat today. Oh my gosh, yay, thank you. Okay, we're ready. Okay, as long as you were like prepared going in. Good morning, halfway through When the Moon Hatched. Can't stop reading. Love it. I finished that earlier this weekend and it was so freaking good. Good morning. Just finished work. So going home and starting reading. Love. Oh my gosh, that was like, depends on where you are, but that must have been an early work day or a late work day if you worked overnight. Reading A Soul to Keep and enjoying it so far. I think I read that one and it was very unhinged, but super fun.
I think so too.
Continue Prisoner's Throne. Hoping to finish a book today. You and me both. Bookstack Fairy. Finished Icebreaker 2 weeks ago. Yay, so excited.
I love that one.
Queer Vampires sounds absolutely amazing. Hello, Christina. I don't know what the heck you're reading. If you have options, let us know. We can help. Coffee all the way, coffee all day, tea forever and always. It's one or the other. I feel like it's very few times that people like mix coffee and tea.
I wouldn't mix those regularly, but
do you dabble in a little bit of both?
I do sometimes, a little bit of both, but I am more coffee, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just on that espresso grind right now, and I just haven't looked back and probably won't.
Oh my gosh. When I got my first Nespresso, it changed my life. I was like, I don't even need to leave the house for coffee anymore. Like this is better than what I can buy at most places. It's so good. What's your go-to? Do you have like a favorite pod?
I'm really on the Bianco Doppio. Mm-hmm. And then the double espresso scuro is probably still my favorite of all time, but I tend to like darker roasts.
Same.
And a ton of milk, so.
The Chiaro is also a super dark roast, and it's really good. It's a double shot espresso. For me, the double shots are my go-tos. Like I don't do the single shot because it's just like not enough. Mm-hmm. But I love the scuro, and then I found what did I just say? Chiaro, and they're very similar. Like for me, if I pop in a scuro or a Chiaro, they're like the same. So you should try it.
Spicy. Okay.
It seems like we have similar
add to cart.
Similar Nespresso taste. We're Nespresso twins. Lady of Darkness has a crazy ending. I think that would be a good one for you, Christina. Hello, just started reading The North Wind by Alexandria Warwick. That sounds like a fancy name. Alexandria Warwick. Started Lady of Darkness. Oh my gosh, so many Lady of Darkness. So excited. Hello. You're so cute. Been binge reading your vlogs all week. Oh, you're so sweet.
Best reading vlogs to binge, I tell you. I'm like, at work, here's my Tori. Ready to go.
Oh my gosh, love. Made it about 30% into Spark of the Everflame yesterday after some flight delays. Oh no, we didn't get home until after midnight, but my son promptly woke me up at 6:30, so I'm ready for spring.
Promptly indeed.
I'm so sorry. But I'm happy that you're here, Chelsea. Yeah, Nespresso is life-changing. Going to study a bit for this first sprint. Good morning. Had a dream about vampires, so now I want to read about them. That is so interesting. I wish I had a dream about vampires. Gotta go through KU and find something for the readathon. Oh, I have a couple vampire books I can recommend if you're looking for one that are definitely on KU. Hold on, I have a whole I have a whole shelf on my Goodreads.
I feel like if you've got an organized Goodreads shelves, like list of shelves, you got it. Like you're on it.
I just feel like sometimes people ask me for book recs and I'm like, I know that I've read a million of these, but because because you asked me this question, all of them just went completely out of my head. So then I was like, okay, let me start to like organize my Goodreads shelves. I think that this one is on Kindle Unlimited. It's called Belle Morte by Bella Higgin, and it sounds really good. It's also under 300 pages, and it's about vampires. It's pretty much all I know.
All I know
a duel with the what'd you say?
All I know is vampires. Correct.
All I know is vampires. And it fits. A Duel with the Vampire Lord by Elise Kova. I still need to read that series, but I think they're interconnected standalones, so you could probably read that one. Blood Price by Vela Roth was really good, but only if you like a super slow burn. But that one is about like 300 pages too. If you're looking for something super unhinged, read A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor by Catherine Moon. It's like 90% spice, 0% plot, actually. And there's a lot of different creatures in it. And then one that I still really need to read is House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson, but I think that's more of a horror vampire. Choosing Shadow Wizard for the Dark Fantasy prompt. Love, but I should find more ebooks soon. I feel like it's so easy. You just scroll through Kindle Unlimited and you're like, this sounds good. This sounds good.
Just like
sometimes when I'm in the mood to like online shop, but I'm like, I don't have money for this, I'll literally just scroll through Kindle and it feels like I'm buying.
It feels like it satisfies the urge of shopping. Honestly, it's like download. Ooh, look at that.
Mm-hmm. Literally. Wicked as the Reaper. Oh my gosh, I want to read that one next. I think once I finish A Touch of Poison, I wanted something that was just like really short because this one has been so long. So I was thinking about doing a novella next. Strategy. Period. Oh my gosh, absolutely. There's so many readathons going on. I love that. Thank you so much, Tina. What a way to kick off the readathon, am I right? Oh, also dragons. Well, I just finished When the Moon Hatched and it was absolutely wonderful. Let me see. I think I have a dragon shelf too. All of my dragon books are really long, so I do apologize for that. But When the Moon Hatched, Prior of the Orange Tree is my favorite dragon book of all time, but it's literally the longest book I've ever read, so I'm sorry about it. Fourth Wing is a staple. The Mortal Blade by Christopher Mitchell. I don't know if that's a romance, but it's definitely a fantasy and on Kindle Unlimited, and the dragon sounds really cool in it. I'm trying to think. A Dawn of Onyx has a dragon in it. Surprising dragon, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey, any others that you can think off the top of your head?
I feel like dragon books are hard because a lot of them are longer and a lot of them are more epic high fantasy. Yeah. Something that's not on KU that I read and had a funish time with, but it is a YA, was House of Dragons by K.A. Lind. Mm-hmm. That one, I mean, it is YA, so you kind of have to. I was not wanting it to be YA at the time, so it didn't quite hit, but that one is there. It's a little bit shorter. But a lot of epic high fantasies is kind of what you're looking at, which I feel like there's room in the market for more. I love dragons.
I feel like dragon romantasies are starting to become more of a thing because of like Fourth Wing. So I need to like do a deep dive into dragon romantasies. I feel like that would be fun. Because you're right, so many of them are so long or like super epic.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Rainy. Deciding what to start my day with, Slaying the Shadow Prince or Done and Dusted.
I'm going to say Slaying the Shadow Prince just because it is romantasy. However, either of them, chef's kiss.
Exactly. You can't go wrong with either. No. Doing a local book club for Done and Dusted, which is what I was considering. Bailey, your book club in person looks so cute. Is that like also a local book club or is that with your friends?
Yeah, so I posted on Facebook a couple months ago and was like, help, I need friends who has a book club for me to join. And I ended up getting into two of them. And then one of them, she started like kind of a neighborhood book club too. So I went to hers this last month as well. But It's been really nice. I feel like it's kind of a lot to do all in the last couple, like a week of the month. So we'll see if I end up keep doing it. But it's so fun to actually talk to real life people as well as my internet friends. So would recommend just posting on Facebook and being like, hi, I need friends.
Who reads? Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
That's so cute. I have a quick question. When does House of Flame and Shadow get better? I've been reading that book for months. Boring. Currently on the part where Bryce is in prison. Oh wait, not House of Flame and Shadow. That's
when things start to move a little bit more. So like you're right, I think at that point. I think building up to that point is when everything is a little bit more building. Get ready.
I would say overall that book was like disappointing. As someone who loved the first book,
Heart and Blood is one of my favorite books of all time, and the series did not continue in that tradition, unfortunately. So
yeah, like I'm not sure if House of Flame and Shadow like gets better, but like more stuff starts happening.
The pace picks up.
Yeah, the pace picks up. But you do still get like random Therian chapters where you're like, why are we here?
Why?
You should read Queen of Roses by Briar Bolin. It's a fantasy romance completed series and it's so underrated and no one talks about it. Those are my favorite to find. And then I'm like, we're doing a vlog about this and hyping this up. Queen of Roses. Found it.
I feel like I've seen this cover a couple times, but not like I've not heard anything about it.
It has a pretty good rating for 9,000 reads. I'm actually just want to read.
Ditto.
I feel like a lot of these Romantasy covers do look very similar. Yeah, and like the same font type and everything. So it's hard to tell with like flowery with like pretty font on the cover. I'm like, I've probably seen this before, but yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, probably not.
I really want to read Priory. It looks so good, but I don't have the physical copy and I don't have Kindle Unlimited. I don't think that Priory is on Kindle Unlimited. I'm sure you can find it at your local library, or like if you wanted the ebook and you have Libby, you could probably find the ebook. It's also going to be so much less of an arm workout for you if you read it as an ebook because she is very chunky, but it's definitely worth it.
Amen. Yeah, I'll sign the petition right now. Right
now. Bailey has a whole vlog about dragon books. I mean, not vlog, recommendation video.
Yeah, I went through KU and just kind of pulled all of the ones that like were at the front and then some other things, but check it out, I guess.
If you want to link it in chat, feel free to pop it in there. I was in another local book club for a while, but they never chose books I was interested in, so I had to dip.
That's hard because like you don't want to not read the books that you want to read, but then you also want to go to book club and then not have anything spoiled for you necessarily. So it's like hard to find. So sometimes it's just the book club that you have to find. Honestly,
you have to find someone that's going to match your freak. You know.
Amen. Match your freak.
I literally just started Queen of Roses last night and already having fun. Oh my gosh. For now, last hour of City of Ashes on audiobook. That's fair. The Daughter of Winter series. That sounds very familiar. Daughter of Winter. Maybe by Corinna Douglas. I don't think I've seen this one before. Already ancient prophecy wielded by the gods. That sounds like tea.
Yeah.
Veiled Kingdom. Veiled Kingdom's really good. It's like a silly, goofy time. It's definitely not cozy. Rainey, I get nervous though because I know that you just read Kimberly Lemming and like didn't love it, and it's like Veiled Kingdom is one that you can't take seriously, but it's not cozy. And I think that maybe that was your issue with the Kimberly Lemming book. This one's definitely more like stabby and like adventurous. but it's definitely like a fun, spicy time type thing. So just keep that in your back pocket.
Sometimes you have to know exactly what you're going into, and that really changes your like results of enjoyment for reading it.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to get into our first sprint. I'm also reading Dawn of Onyx. Oh my gosh, love. Okay, we're going to get into our first sprint because we've been chit-chatting. I can just keep chit-chatting away.
Yeah. Sorry.
So we have some Zelda lo-fi this morning, and we will see y'all in 45. Hi, friends.
Hello, hello.
How did we do? How was that sprint for you?
I got 11% of the way in, and it's very dark when I'm living, and I'm having such a great time, but it's dark, so I'm like, that's a fun verbiage.
Yeah.
But the whole time she's like, I can do anything but cry, and I'm like, I'm gonna cry for you. It's okay. Like I'll cover it.
Don't worry, I got you with the tears. I think like the beginning of the book is very dark, but it does have a nice balance. Like it's gonna flip and get a little bit more like lighthearted, so it's not just gonna be super emotional the whole time. Yeah. I got a wonderful spicy scene, so very different vibes from what you were reading.
Meanwhile,
but it was so good. I read like 42 pages, which is pretty good. I'm trying to find where we left off. I think here. Can you tell me what is a silent book club?
you like read with other people in the room, so like you don't talk and it's technically silent, but you're all there and like reading. So it's kind of like friends, but in person.
That's so interesting. I'm not good at that because me and my friend Sarah, when she's like come to visit me, we've tried to like read together, and I'm just like talking to her the whole time. Like I can't shut up.
Oh, I always have to like surprise. Oh, something just happened, and I'm like,
yeah. I'm like, this. That's so interesting though. I've never heard of like an in-person silent book club. That sounds really fun. Is House of Earth and Blood good? Because I got it yesterday and I don't know much about it. We both absolutely love it. It's one of our favorite books.
It's like chaotic, fun, like weird time. Like there's so much things happening all the time. It's what's the description? It's basically Zootopia, but with like fantasy, like creatures.
Yes.
So.
And there's like a fun murder mystery happening, and it's very like slow burn romance. It's just really cool. I need to watch it. I was like debating last night. I'm like, should I use the first sprint to watch this vlog? Because it's 38 minutes. And I was like, I could watch it during the first sprint.
It started off so long, and I had to cut it down so many times because the whole time I'm just sitting here saying, like, what just happened to me? Like, what did they just do? What just happened the whole time?
I'm going to watch it when I log into work because Sundays are usually like kind of boring. I don't have any calls or anything. I just have like reporting and stuff to do. So I always have like something on in the background. And I'm going to watch it. I'm so excited.
Okay.
For the Romantasy prompts, what's the difference between a retelling and a fairy tale? That's a great question. I think you could use them interchangeably if you wanted to. But for example, when I think of like fairy tale, if you wanted to read like a Stephanie Garber book that has like it feels like a modern day fairy tale, but it's not like a retelling of anything like the Caraval series or like Once Upon a Broken Heart. Those are fairy tales. Like you can't convince me otherwise. Or if you wanted to read like Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, it gives very like fairy tale-esque vibes, but it's not like a true retelling of anything. Whereas there's a ton of obviously like fairy tale retellings, like Beauty and the Beast retellings and Snow White retellings and stuff like that. But if you found a Romantasy that isn't like a fairy tale retelling, so for example, Legendborn is a spinoff of like King Arthur. That's not technically a fairy tale. It's just like a retelling, a modernized retelling of something. That's kind of the difference. Hopefully that was helpful.
Good description.
This is Bailey's dragon book recommendation video. If you want more dragon recs. Trying to hit books up, but I'm such a small channel. I don't have a huge following, but I'm trying. That's what you have to do. I mean, read like the popular books too, but read the smaller like indie books because indie authors appreciate it so much. Like it makes my heart so full when indie authors reach out and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you loved my book. And they like watch your vlog and you're like, oh my God.
I think it's fun too because you actually can talk with the author and have more of a connection on that side too. Like they tend to be more available, obviously. So I love getting to talk with smaller authors and smaller books and hyping those up too. So
it's so fun. Yeah, they're so much more approachable and it's so much easier to be engaged with them. Like they actually want to engage with their readers. Like the day that Sarah J. Maas ever like comments on a book.
I'm gonna drop dead if that would ever happen. But it's nice because I feel like it's more community driven too, and it just like I like that aspect about reading a lot.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, I think that you will like Field Kingdom for good, fun, and spicy. But yeah, it's definitely not cozy, which is good. Chose Caught by the Bravada by Marie Fox for the Touch Her and Die prompt as an ebook. It's a short one. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Peppy. I think a Peppy barked her at one point.
They all came running in. My roommate went to church, so she let them all in my room while she's out, and they all just like charged. And I was like, "You can go over there, stay." Charge. They're a small army, I tell you.
I feel like there's so many enemies to lovers everywhere. So if I slack with logging in the novels on Instagram, but oh my gosh, absolutely no worries.
Actually posting whenever I'm actually reading, I'm just like, well, I read it. It'll be on my Goodreads at some point. Make it to the Instagram at some point. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. The Fate of Us by Holly Juke. Nice. Can I use a book for different prompts? Yeah, if you want to double up on prompts or like triple up or whatever you want to do, you can absolutely do that.
We'll be doing.
We all have sprints like that. Oh no, not getting sick. So now I want to buy books as a little treat.
Sick, but good books.
You should absolutely treat yourself. Finally home. Oh my gosh, Once Upon a Broken Heart. I really hope you love it. I love that book so much. 28 pages of thirst, 42 pages read, 70 pages of Her Soul to Take. Cooked, ate lunch, a TikTok ramen. Those are the best ones. Oh my gosh, literally. And read a couple chapters of Darling Girl. 2% and so hooked. Oh my gosh, made a latte. 70 pages. That was a really good sprint for you, Michelle. Jane Late, but read some of Be Spelled. I need to read that. I'm so excited for it. Yay, To Kill a Kingdom. Would you consider? Yes, absolutely. Caraval is definitely a fantasy romance. It's so fun. Thank you so much. Just started The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Nice. Yeah, if you need to extend it, absolutely. This readathon is really, I feel like a lot of readathons, which can be really fun, but a lot of readathons are like, we're going to read 1 million books in like a super short period of time. And that can be really fun if you're in the mood for that. But with this readathon, I was like, let's just make this a little bit more chill, make it so that like you can fit it to what you want. Like, obviously I'm trying to challenge myself reading individual books for all 35 prompts. Like, I know that's unhinged. But like, that's why I'm like, double up on prompts if you want to use this, a bingo board or a blackout board, like this is for you guys. So whatever works best. If you want to extend it to August, I think that's totally fine. Almost done Glow of the Everflame, the series. I need to read this.
I like Glow a lot better than I like Spark, but I need to get to Heat so bad. But I think I'm kind of like, I might read that next. I want to get some other things read because that is a 700-page book. And I'm like, I know I'm going to love it whenever I get to it. I'm just going to build up some momentum first. But I love that series.
Mm-hmm. I know. I feel like all of the books that I want to read this year have been, maybe like 75% of the books that I wanted to read this year are all over like 550 pages to 600 pages. Yeah. And I'm like, how am I supposed to fit this into a weekly reading vlog when I want to read like 3 700-page books? It's fine. Jane Late, but we'll listen to Fiancé Fars. Very nice to start Pride Month off. I'm going to read, like I mentioned, I'm going to read a novella next, but I really want to read Desert Heiress because it has like a lot of different scenes for a lot of different people. I'm just like, I want to read something for Pride Month. Yeah. Make it work for you, bestie. This isn't like, you have to read you have to read 35 and it has to be in this deadline. Like, absolutely not. All right, let's get into second sprint. I'm going to stick with the Zelda lo-fi, and then maybe for the last one, I'll switch it to Lord of the Rings, because I was listening to that last night, and it was really nice. I'm just going to... There we go. All right, see you in 45. Hello, hello.
Hello.
How did we do? I'm not gonna lie, I scrolled a little bit on that sprint.
Sometimes it's just that way. I made it to chapter 15, and I am driving.
Oh my gosh, you're reading so fast, I feel like.
I am having a good time. I feel like they've started to train, and we're at the part where things are starting to get like fun and quippy a little bit. But I'm also really enjoying the way that they're working in language. Like, she's in this different place. She's not a fluent, like, native speaker, but the way that like the dialogue is working, she's working in some of that, like, what is that word? And like her verbiage that she's saying, the translation sometimes is cool. So I think that that's really fun to read about. So I'm thriving. It's a good day.
Yeah, I thought that was done really well, how she says things that are just like slightly off, and it's really cute and endearing that she's like learning. And Max is so grumpy in the first book. I love him.
He's like, I thought living in the middle of nowhere would mean no one would just show up here at my house unannounced, and like everybody's just showing up. It's great.
He's like, leave me alone. Oh my gosh, love. I'm really glad that y'all like the Zelda. I just feel like, let me know if you want to keep it. If you want to keep Zelda, we can, or I'll switch it to Lord of the Rings lo-fi for our last sprint. But it's up to y'all. I don't know if you know the app Take a Lot. It's a South African app I get all my books from. Oh my gosh. And I just wanted to ask, are the American copies of House of Earth and Blood really 912 pages? It's long. I think it's, for us, it's like 800. I think Bailey is fact-checking for us.
Is 8, including the epilogue, it's $7.99.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically 800 pages.
Yeah. It was only, yeah, that makes sense.
What does a paperback say? Hold on. Now I'm curious.
But if it's an ebook, sometimes ebooks pages are like slightly different. So that could be the case. I love that.
The paperback's $7.99 too.
Yeah. Maybe borrow Throne of Glass, but I didn't vibe with it a lot. Any Rex for chunky Romantasy beats? Girl. Are you looking for like long series, or are you just looking for chunky books? Because I think like the Spark of the Everflame series has some chunky books. I would also say the Shadows and Crown series, like the Song of the Marked series. The first book is probably the shortest, and then they continue to get longer and longer. The Legends of Besmar series, those books are around like 500 plus pages, so they're not like super chunky, but they are pretty long. If you're looking for true like fantasy, the Empire of the Vampire series is chunky, but they're so freaking good. One of my favorite series. Those are the chunkiest I can think off the top of my head.
I think if you're wanting something that's long but not finished, Crowns of Nyaxia, which there's technically only 2 books and novella out with that, but it's going to be a longer series.
I think it's going to be 3 duologies.
I'm fun with this so far.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Is that called, that one's Daughter of No Worlds, but it's called the War of Lost Hearts trilogy. It's so good. Jack read 1 page last week. Love that. Was talk to my dad. That's so cute. What was for breakfast? I'm hungry. I'm thinking I'm gonna make some food. I have to take JMO out this next sprint, and I might make some foodies. Hee. Finish City of Ashes. Yay! Are they really gonna fight this guy Valentine throughout the War series? I'm gonna watch the Readathon. Oh my gosh, love. If you need any recommendations, let us know while you're making your bullet journal spread. 9%. Finished Wicked as the Reaper. It was good. Beauty and the Beast vibes. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I think 448's borderline.
I think it depends on like the pacing of it and how it reads. Like if it feels like it's chunky, then yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. Talk to my brother. Almost fell asleep like that story again. Cameron, I love that you're just here for vibes. You're like, during these sprints, I'll just take this time for myself, and then I'm gonna chit chat, and I love that. Yeah. Another 70 pages read. That's so good. Welcome in. How are you, my love? Hello, reading Bud and Steel. Read 284 pages yesterday. Oh my gosh. And 49 pages today and continue reading. Love. They really do. They really, really do. Didn't read too much this sprint and made blueberry muffins. That sounds wonderful.
That's really good.
Also, brandy wine. Brandy wine sounds good.
It does. Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. I'm very excited.
She's thriving.
I'm really.
The Witcher Lo-Fi from yesterday was so good too. Yeah, I love the music for these video games was so good that I'm so happy lo-fi for video games is a thing now. Like I really just thrive off of it. I also thrive off of the Elder Scrolls games. Like we watched we did the Oblivion lo-fi yesterday. I also love the Skyrim lo-fis. They're so good. Got to page 400 and Bespelled. Oh my god, things just went down. I'm so stressed. Oh my gosh. I have to go to Barnes & Noble and get a copy of that book. 59 pages into Spark of the Everflame. Almost halfway through. Oh my gosh. Paperback UK version. Got it. Spent the last 10 minutes frantically searching for an annotation stamp just for it to be the first.
That's how it goes every time. Every time I'm looking for something, it's right there. Did I see it? No.
Yeah. I do that with my phone and I do that with bookmarks all the time because I don't know what it is about bookmarks. I don't just like put it in front of me on like a table. I put it like on the back of the couch or like in between the couch cushions. And then I'm like,
never to be seen again until it's seen again. And you're like, great, awesome. Glad I found it.
Like, what's sticking out of my butt cheeks? I just sat down on the front. Oh, it's the bookmark that was there like a week ago. Coming out the 21st. Yeah. I really hope that the next book in the series is
it's going to be a big one in terms of if it's good or not. Like it's kind of a make or break at this point.
Yeah, I think it will be because I really liked like Iron Flame was very much just okay. It was pretty mid, but the ending was so good. The ending was what like really cinched it for me that I'm like, okay,
this is setting up some things. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah. Exactly. It's they just continue to get
that's where I'm at. I really love Glow, but Heat, I'm kind of like, I need a minute before I can get into that. But like once I get there, I'll have the best time.
Yeah.
But I need some momentum before
you need like motivation.
Yeah.
Also, the Zodiac Academy series is very chunky and super long. There's like 9 books in it. I haven't read it, but I've heard the people that love it really, really love it. Read 50 pages. Oh my gosh, Jax. He's the only blonde love interest for me. He's perfect. I think I'm going to read Daughter of No Worlds too. You almost forgot you had it. Plus, you want to collect the books before
That's how I was. Whenever Romantasyathons became traditionally publisher, it was announced, I went and got the indie versions. And they're so pretty.
They're so pretty.
Like, you're telling me that this is just a regular book?
She really did that thing. She did the damn thing. Yeah.
All of the, like, parts are really pretty, too. Hold on.
Yes, the butterflies are so pretty.
I just love it.
So pretty. I've heard that the I forget the title of, like, the next book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series because they're all so long.
Yeah.
But I've heard that the books are going to be like smaller than the indie like paperbacks and like hardcovers and stuff.
They're like this tall, I think.
Yeah,
somewhere in this range. But these match the original Crowns of Nyaxia, so
yeah,
I'll cling to that, I guess.
Yeah. 100 pages left. You were flying through that book, but I think you'll switch to A Court of Silver Flames.
Nice.
Oh, it's so good.
Same.
Keep almost missing Jazz grocery shopping. Read a manga before I left. Love Me Not. It was cute. Now I'm going to listen to Shadow Prince after all. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's so good. I know. I hate when they size it down. I really want to read. Yeah. Yeah. Chris and Bradman books, they're so beautiful. Oh my gosh, they're so good.
All of them.
You feel like you're missing it after read Spark of the Everflame. They're intimidating to start, but I actually feel like once you start to read a chunky book and you're like in the middle of it and you're like, wow, I still have so much time left with these characters and with this story, especially if you're enjoying it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will say Spark 2 is a little bit shorter, but it is kind of building for the rest of the series, but it is shorter still. So I feel like that goes a little bit faster if you're looking for some encouragement. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm half tempted to get the traditionally, but I'm like, I really don't feel like buying 2 more books just to do that. So I think everything's just not going to match. And I'm just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Ordered the new reprint of Zodiac Academy book one that's coming out in a few weeks. Supposed to spice it up more. Interesting. Very interesting. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to start it. I saw that the first chapter is called Punishment, and I was like, period.
Sign me up.
Also, I think it was Jessica. Let me double check. Someone posted a lo-fi pirate playlist from Spotify in the book club. I think it's in the kickoff, and I can't wait to listen to that. Yeah, it was Jessica who posted it, and I was like, thank you, bestie. You know the vibes. For my enemies to lovers, I chose Big Shot by Carly Phillips.
I haven't read anything.
The prequel to the book club book. I'm gonna start with just the book club book, if that's what you're asking. I have Serpent Indy. Yeah, it's very sad. It's very, very sad. Okay, let me try to pull up really quickly. Actually, let me know in chat. Do we want to stick with Zelda or do we want to switch to Lord of the Rings? Bailey, do you have a vote?
I am down to switch it up. I do also love the Zelda, so I'm not very helpful. We can switch it up. Give it a go.
I like it. It's just that it plays the same songs like a couple times in a row. So after we're listening to it for a couple sessions, I'm like, okay, let's switch it up.
We're good. Switch.
I'm also going to make this last sprint just a little bit shorter because I have to log into work in 45 minutes. And I want time for chit chats before we leave. So I'm going to make this last sprint. We'll do 25 minutes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Switch it up, yeah.
Okie doke. Let's present. I loved this one. I was listening to it last night when I was reading, and it was just like,
they're all so cute, children on the fire. Oh my gosh.
All right, happy reading, everybody. That one's one of my favorites. It's just like the music is so cute and cozy and fun to read too.
Like bopping along the whole time.
Yeah. How was that last sprint for you?
That was good. I've gotten to page 140 in total. I'm living. Same. Having a great time.
Gosh. That was like a really good sprint session for you. 140 pages.
She's booked and busy. She's moving along.
I read one more chapter, and the series is such like a slow burn that now we're finally getting to something them, like, getting together, and I'm like so excited.
Finally. I love the building.
Yeah, it's very like angsty, and you do get like some spicy scenes, but it's not like fully like togetherness type thing. And now we're just like getting to that part. It's been so worth it. You know what I mean? How was that sprint for everybody? Let us know. This was so funny stuff. I was laughing.
And I was like, yes.
Period. I put the ambience in chat, but what I'm going to do after we end the live is all of the ones that I played, I will put them in the description box. So that way, if you're watching this, if you're watching the playback of this, those will be linked down below. I'm just scrolling up to see if I missed any chit chats. Okay, perfect. We're going to hop off because I unfortunately have to log into work, which is absolutely so sad. But please go subscribe to Bailey. She's so amazing. She's linked down below. She's literally so fun. And we will see you. We're going to be doing sprints next Sunday going forward. So I will see you next Sunday, y'all. Bye.
Bye.